Yo, it's your girl Naughty, aka Queen Goddess Hope. Hoping all is well with you and yours. Let me get you real shines up. Hold on. Boom. Jay-Z said, financial freedom, my only hope. Shout out to Queen Goddess Hope. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. I've really been taking some deep, deep introspection days and really starting to recognize that it is okay to speak up for myself. And I'm tired of sugarcoating shit because let me tell you, people are toxic, okay? People are toxic. And sometimes it's okay to recognize that you are at a space and a place in life where you cannot allow specific type of energy into your hemisphere. Like, if that is a boundary that you placed on people, places, and things, do not break that because of an old weakness. Old emphasis on old. You heard the bell? I don't even know where that came from. That's the wild part. Please know that we are in a time where even the demons are screaming. They like, yo, where we go? They said they all taking their vaginas back. Everybody shutting their womb down. Everybody. This is a black woman will stand up for themselves out of anger because Mother Earth is forcing them to. We gave you a chance and you didn't know what to do with it. One thing that people will try to do is see how firm your boundaries are. And I don't care what happens, just keep moving forward. Keep going. The only energy that you need in your hemisphere is God. Whatever you need, it will come when it needs to come, how it should come, when it should come. You don't have to look for it. It comes to you. Of course, you have to go outside. You have to go outside, of course. Blah. I went outside today. It was blah. Let's say I've been outside for the last 24 hours, right? Rock style lifestyle. I've really been wearing this shirt for 3 days. It's the best. Um, and recognizing that people are so weird. And sometimes I get a little annoyed because I do miss the days where people were friendlier. Thinking about when I first moved to Virginia, people would still wave, in the neighborhood when they were driving by your house, and you would have to wave back and you would have to say, hey, and I kind of miss that Southern hospitality sometimes, but my little friendly ass was always like, hey, hey, to everybody, and then I was also doing yoga on the porch. So it was just crazy, but people feel your energy when you pull it back. People know that you vibrate at a certain vibration. Okay, we talking about divine blessed energy. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to pretend that this is not happening. You know, God hears your prayers. Your enemies will have to literally sit at your footstool, my guy. They cannot sit on the bench. They got the ottoman and they only got like the little space. You know how you go to the VIP? I don't know if y'all know, but sometimes they would have like a VIP couch section and they have like an ottoman in the middle, and she's trying to like be cute with her little fucking 5-inch heels sitting there like, is he looking at me? Bitch, who? 555 on the clock in real life? Like who? What? What's it? Oh, it's yo, did you see that? Yo, it won't even let me. All right, 555. You saw it a little bit. Did you see how that joint black? Nah, the phone got obsessed. That shit is weird. What was that? This is the first time I'm like recording on here. It's been a while, and I really don't push the envelope as much as I should. I have to be admitted. And I think for so long I thought about other people's feelings. Outside of my own feelings, that's heavy, to know that I have to now be in a dark space. But this goes back to the cardinal signs once again that I was talking about the other night, about how the cardinal signs, have that 10-year cycle that they're like breaking off, for good. And they're awakening to the shit show that they have been surrounded by, clouded by for 10 to 15 years. They're like, what? What in the psychosis? What in the psychosis? It's the things that I see in my mind, they're dark. It's like a rebellion. It feels heavy, like in my heart space. Just thinking about people revolting because they awaken to the possibility of there not being any money, Social Security, pension. Yo, I gotta finish watching that show. Back in the G day, I used to watch The Good Wife, and my family careers, those before me have been surrounded by people in law. So I had worked in a law firm. I was 19, maybe 18, 19. I was like a data entry specialist for a law firm. And I was hustling through them documents. Like it was so easy for me. Oh my gosh. And then they had took me from night shift to day shift, and I had like a project with them for like 6 months. And I was really sad to leave, but I was going through the work so fast, like so fast to the point where I was doing like everybody's work that they would be doing for a month. I was doing it in like 2, 3 days. They'd be like, bro, slow the fuck down. What are you doing? So I was like, okay, clearly this is really not the space for me. I'm bored, working in a law firm, respectfully. And um, I decided to try retail. So the first job that I ever took on was a Nine West salesperson, a sales associate. And I worked with this Italian chick from Staten Island. Being from Staten Island, we had so much in common. And we knew a lot of the same people. she was dope as fuck. Her family was cool as fuck. And she taught me so much. She taught me so much and she made me laugh. And we just had a lot of, I vicariously lived through her because she was like in a party era. Nightclubs was popping. Y'all don't understand. Like, oh man, in the late 1990s, early 2000, nightclubs were popping. Like, I was literally going to clubs at 14 years old when I lived in New Jersey. So it's like, we had high vibrational energy. And I learned how to do logistics in there because our inventory room was huge. It was huge. And that shit was a shit show. And I'm like, there's no way y'all be doing inventory in this whole store. Like, it was so chaotic. And I had whipped that store into shape. And I had really enjoyed, doing that. My mom threw me into ROTC because she said I needed discipline. And I'm like, bro, I just left a Jehovah's Witness house. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? It don't get no more thuggish ruggish than that. Like, what do you mean? So, having said that, uh, joined ROTC. It was the first ROTC program in my high school. And it was the brand new program. So to create that program and to also elevate through it from like the bottom, like as a airman, then as a, you know, sergeant, and then working my way up, going to summer leadership school, getting kicked out for kissing a boy, then going back the next year, becoming an officer because I graduated. And I kissed the boy the night before. I have to tell this story. He snuck into the girls' bunk, okay? Convinced his friend to be a lookout just to meet me in the hallway. And because he told somebody, they snitched and we got caught. Nobody saw. It was just the fact that somebody told. And we were literally graduating hours later, and my family was coming and they didn't even know. Oh, it was so embarrassing. Oh, it's so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. But there was a guy, a sergeant who just kind of took a liking to me, and he was like, "Don't worry about it. Chin up. Think about it. You are so hot that the guy literally sacrificed graduation to come see you." I was like, facts. And the following year, when I became an officer, I ended up creating the logistics inventory system of that ROTC program that I'm sure is probably elevated present day. But it was so specific and detailed, like you had to um like keep track of every single uniform that you gave out for the school year. You also had to keep track of down to the ribbons, to any ascots, to any, socks, like the whole kit and caboodle. And it was all done by paper, and that shit was a disaster. So I was like, nah, we gotta make this digital, my guy, because ain't no fucking way. So I had created this entire program and I loved it. And I did it for the whole year. And he was like, I want you to do this. This is what I want you to do. If you can do this, bro, you get an A in my class. I was like, let's do it. So anytime I wanted to get out of class, this was kind of like the little school notebook. If you could see this, you can't. Um, it was just basically like a notebook that I would use for school, and it had calendar on it, and it was a planner basically. And I would literally have my passbook full because you only had like 2 or 3 pages of passes for the school year. Like, bro, you're wilding, because you always had to get a pass to go to the hall or to the bathroom, whatever. It was terrible. It was terrible. But my school was also huge. It was like a college campus. We had two campuses. One was for ninth and 10th, and the other side was for 11 and 12th. And periodically, I was in the 11 and 12th because that's where the ROTC room was so every period 5 minutes before class would end, you would get shuttled back to the other campus. Like the shit was OD. So I would always get passes to go to the West Campus. I was doing this in 10th grade, like it was crazy. And present day, I'm still in logistics. And I didn't key these things back together, until recently, just looking back at some photos in my phone, realizing that I probably want like a new iCloud now. I'm tired of looking at old memories and shit. The whole thing could go away. Oof, cheese and rice. Thinking about it gives me agita. And it's like I'm trying to get to a point now where I'm making the decision, like, do I want to be a full-time entrepreneur or do I want to stay in logistics? And to me, it's so difficult to choose because one, you really have to thug it out. Like I can get teary-eyed. Like I've been doing this entrepreneur thing since 2013 and it is tough. Like, ooh, I can get teary-eyed right now. I'm telling you, my guy. Mm, 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 mm. Yo, I be hearing shit. I'm telling you, should be trippy. I'm sorry you saw my face. I was like, who that is? That's just my baby daddy. That's just my baby daddy. That's just my baby daddy. That's my baby daddy. They be programming motherfuckers, okay? Y'all see me on the shirt though? You see that? Ain't nobody so me. I'm just so fresh and so clean, clean. No? Okay. Yeah, so just thinking about that, how entrepreneurship is really tough. I had to change the vibes. Entrepreneurship is really tough. And I know that I haven't, sometimes I fear being in the spotlight because I never wanted that. I always said I wanted to be famous without the fame. People know me, but I don't need to, huge ass, whatever. And then sometimes it's like, damn, but what if I really do have a community that's a huge ass, whatever, you know? Um, I'm intentionally trying to stay in that inner child energy. Just utilizing my imagination in a way that I cannot comprehend, which is where this concept came from. Recognizing that when I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut, and how my teacher was like, oh, that's like 8 years of college, as if I was fucking too dumb to do 8 years of college, but also wise enough to know, like, bruh. I'm not about to fucking go to school for, if I'm going to school for 8 years, I'm becoming a psychiatrist. Like that's on game. Cause y'all need these medications. Like some of y'all might need these medications. Uh, mm-mm-mm. That's like my new shit, whistling. Whistle while you work. That was the song. Oh, just thinking about it, like people really are Delulu out here, and it's so confusing. I don't understand how or why or when, and no idea, no. Mm-mm. And, you know, it's difficult, and I'll be completely honest, for me to trust people right now because I have been watching for so long, and I feel like I can't say that everyone around you, you're not going to have some type of chaos in your circles because everybody character show itself. But at some point, It's okay to say that I only want good people surrounding me. I don't want no fucking con artists around me. I don't want no scammers around me. I don't want no manipulators around me. I don't want no PDO people around me. I just I right now I just emit certain energy and I know that I have to harness it and protect it and nurture it. And I was like, damn, I haven't really written much. I've been recording, mostly speaking more than anything. It's just easier, much quicker for me to get my thoughts out as opposed to just like writing it down. I really want to finish up some projects and just really take this moment of silence for myself because why else sweating me? I get in touch with who I need to get in touch with. Okay. And remember, it's okay to have firm boundaries. Don't let people tell you what they think is best for you, because only you know what's best for you. Okay. I'm learning now that I'm at a point where I've loved on myself. I've given myself so much self-care that I have not given myself the opportunity to have love of God. Sounds wild. Sounds wild. Like, have you made room in your life for God to bless you? You constantly sowing, 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 sowing. Now you fucking 35 years deep in the game, sowing, 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 not stopping, still going. You have not rested. You have not rested. You have not allowed the soil to do its job because you have been doing so much sowing. People are looking for me right now. I'm not hiding, but I'm also not telling people where I'm at. Why? Allow me to take a rest in a moment of silence because I am that person who was sowing and sowing and sowing. I've literally been sowing since February 6th, 2013, even prior to that, because I wrote a book 2003 when I got out of high school. I literally want to read it. I feel like it is a foreshadow of who I am today. Um, so wild. So it's like, thinking about things like that, recognizing that I've been sewing for so long, I have to sit back. Like I literally have to sit back. Like I just literally have to sit back on the Jeopardy vibes. Like then bam, y'all know y'all be in there twerking in Jeopardy. Stop playing. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got. People be fake out here, my guy. Keep your head on a swivel. Let your intuition lead you. Keep your head on a swivel. Hey, you said it, not me. Yes.